And Mr. Adelstein, I know I'm running out of time, but I want to ask you the same question here. As we deal with the issue of these loans that I think we've demonstrated have been proven to be a pretty effective tool for our rural telecos to gain access to capital. But how do we protect this investment here? That again, these are small carriers.
Right.
These are small carriers that have some pretty considerable costs. Now you inject the uncertainty in.
Well, one of the things in the high cost support fund that we did was, even though the numbers don't sync up numerically, you are right. We recognize that those small carriers serve an important role. They serve consumers that deserve no disruption. So their $2 billion of the high cost fund will go to ensure that there is sustainability and predictability from that point. I did have my figures here in terms of Alaska rate of return carriers. Only 2 carriers were capped. Only 2 carriers were capped, and we expect that the remaining 15 of the 17 rate of return carriers will actually see an increase in their high cost support during this year. And so there, I know, again, there is some worry, and worry does come when we have...
It's beyond worry.
No,
well,
concerns, yeah. Significant concerns, because again, we are talking about monumental change here. But again, there are protections in place if the companies believe that their service delivery will be adversely impacted. We have a waiver process that is engaged in an open process that we have streamlined, that is that we encourage them all along the way with engagement from us to take full advantage of. And again, I know there's frustration, I know there's uncertainty, but we had to embark upon this path in order to sustain a system that everybody agreed was broken.
Well, I would agree that it was broken, but I think what we're hearing from the smaller companies is that the big guys are never going to serve the folks out in the service area.
And that's why that $2 billion, half of that high cost fund, will remain at this point in time in those areas where in those rate of return areas, even though numerically most of the people who are unserved are outside of those areas.
I think it sounds wonderful on paper. I'm not convinced, and I don't think our smaller telecos in Alaska are convinced that this waiver process is going to be there, that what you are suggesting will be adequate to serve the needs of those who are so desperate in their needs, and they have been long ignored. They've been taken care of by these smaller telecos, and now I think everyone is feeling like they're on the ropes. My time has expired. I understand we'll have a chance for another round. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.